It's greasy.
I know, why these dogs so
I
greasy?
think it's lip gloss.
Lip gloss? Why you got lip gloss on that dollar bill?
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I got my homie RAYSEAN, Mr. Grindhard Reeves right here. Make sure you look in the lens part. Don't look at the top, because I keep doing that and people be like,
what lens part?
This part, like, don't look up there. So today we're gonna talk about how black people can be more successful. He's all pro-black, so I'm hoping he has a lot to say about this, because this is like right up your alley.
The number one thing black people need to do, in my opinion.
He's about to get serious, y'all, so just go ahead.
Into real estate. I mean, literally every successful person, I don't care what billionaire or millionaire you're talking about, owns real estate. That don't mean that they are a real estate investor. You don't have to be a real estate investor to invest in real estate. You just have to go out there and buy property. You figure out the numbers, you talk to an experienced agent like me, and we can figure out, you know, what works best for you. If you want to get into investing in real estate, it generates generational wealth. And that's how people start businesses and make just moves with money that you don't know where they're getting money from. They getting money from.
But they get money.
They getting money.
They get money.
Like, I mean, I done had clients that literally, you wouldn't know, but they just got a check in their account for $150,000, $250,000 just off a house that they own.
And that's how much people make in a year.
Yeah, and depending on the amount, all of that money is tax free.
So is that why you got into real estate?
Well, yeah, I got into real estate to, you know, help my people. You know what I mean? Once you study black history and just history in general, and then you kind of just see about learning about money and stuff like that, you kind of realize that real estate was one of the things that black people just was excluded from. So we need to we need to be counterproductive with that.
There's so much money in just ownership. I mean, don't you think even if we can just start like getting houses and making them like Airbnbs or some shit, just start doing stuff, because I don't think we think that we can be in that same, like,
you can be in that every day. Like, it's so many people that so many people that are investing in real estate and own it, and like you said, ownership. I mean, it don't have to be just real estate.
Real estate,
we just saw
just be
our guy, my boy Jay-Z, my guy.
He's obsessed with Jay-Z, y'all. He loves Jay-Z.
Best rapper alive, dead or alive, actually. But what we'll talk about, and as you can see, it was announced yesterday that he was the first billionaire.
He was the first
in
billionaire.
hip-hop,
That's lit.
Fifth African-American billionaire. I mean, and if you take a look down his investments, I want to say 200 million of it was off of his Douce and his other liquor brands that he's investing in. 75 million for his art collections and things like that. But if you take it down the list and you see down there, he has 50 million invested into real estate. Now, any millionaire or billionaire that you know, I don't know millionaires that don't own anything. And that doesn't mean that they don't rent out stuff or they don't rent out houses. But the smart millionaires and billionaires, they invest into real estate.
Because everybody needs a house, everybody needs a place of business, everybody needs some land, everybody needs something.
Any place that you walk into is real estate.
It's real estate.
Any single place, your apartment complex, your church, your school, anything, the lake, anything is owned by somebody. Everything is owned by somebody. So are you gonna be the owner, or are you gonna be the person that's paying to use it?
Are you gonna be the owner, or are you gonna be the renter?
Exactly. Renting, like I said, I mean, it's not bad. It's a temporary thing. It's something that you do until you figure out what you want to do. But that doesn't mean you should be renting for 10 years. If you rent for 10 years, listen, 10 years, $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year. That's $120,000
that's
for
a lot.
10 years.
That's a lot. Get your real estate license, do some research, learn about some properties in the area.
Call me.
Call RAYSEAN, he's a realtor. I'm gonna leave his information down below. You know, he don't take his do-rag off. I'm sure he takes it off if he's showing you a house, but he won't take it off until he gets out the car about to show you the house. So he'll wear it on the way there.
And shoot, if I'm fly with you like that, I mean, hey,
he might not take it off.
I may not take it off. There's been houses out and shown, you know.
Put a do-rag on.
We changing the status.
So if you want to just...
We're changing the status on do-rags. They not ghetto.
They now becoming corporate, apparently.
I'm corporate.
Oh.
However, I'm dressed corporate. I could be going to $1 million meeting in some joggers. Don't let nobody tell you what you can do. You do what you want to do. You be your own boss. That's what you got.
Well, you are your own boss.
Something like that.
Something. He's getting there. He's getting there.
On my way.
Okay. Number 2 tip, I would say, that was his tip. This is my tip. I say we really need to stop putting our people down. We need to stop. For me as a female, when I go to the mall or if I go to the grocery store or wherever, we need to stop mean mugging. We need to stop making faces, like sound effects. Like, we need to start uplifting each other and smiling. I mean, you always come across somebody an older person, and they smile at you as you walk by. I feel like more Black people need to stop envying each other and do more supporting and uplifting. I feel like if we always look down at the next, like rest in peace Nipsey Hussle, like you see that situation, like somebody who's doing so good for their community, and you will forever have someone that's just envious or hating or just upset because they're not doing what they want to do, so they're going to take it out on somebody who's actually doing something, and they just take their life. I mean, I feel like we need to stop having that mentality to where we just hate on the next person or envious of the next person because of what they're doing. I mean,
all right, show love.
Exactly, show love. Like, stop hating, stop mean mugging, stop being jealous, stop talking down on one another.
All right, another person's blessing ain't about to affect yours.
And most of the time, y'all come from the same place.
Yes.
So if that person can do what he has to do or she has to do to get to where they want to be, then you can too. You can look at them as a mentor.
They ain't your competition.
They're not. You're your competition.
Exactly.
Like, like I said in my last video, we stop our own success. We are the ones, oh, we can't do this, or we watch TV and we watch other people's lives, and we watch YouTube and we watch, you know, we drive down the street and we see what people driving. Like, we give more people our own time versus putting that time and energy within ourselves. So I think as Black people, we should be more loving and uplifting and stop hating, stop capping, start celebrating, and start clapping.
Yeah,
that's
you know, write down your goals. The only person you should be comparing yourself to
is yourself. Yeah.
The only person, because the only person that can make you better is you. That person that's doing good right now, that's good for them. Their blessings don't affect yours. If you put in the work and consistency and stuff like that, I don't mean nothing. But you gotta just keep on grinding. I mean, that's really what the name of the game is.
And I feel like I have that issue too. Like, I get on Instagram and I start comparing myself.
Instagram is a highlight reel of people's lives. Don't let it fool you.
A highlight reel of people's lives.
Yeah. People don't post bad things on Instagram, because if you look at Instagram, if you see somebody crying on Instagram, what you think? They crazy as hell. I think if you post yourself, PSA from me, if you post yourself crying, if you go like this, record yourself crying, and then have the audacity to post that on social media,
you don't have no respect. You can't understand.
I don't understand it. But most people on Instagram don't show you what they're going through. They're showing you just seeing, you know, they smile and stuff, which is fine. I mean, you seeing someone's success, you like, damn, they don't do nothing for that. But you don't know the nights or the times. You're not seeing the Subarus.
You're not seeing the Honda Civics.
You're not seeing the grind. That's really what it is.
And if we start posting reality, we can be more in reality. That makes sense. Like, we keep thinking the dream and seeing the dream, but we not living the dream because we not doing what it takes to get to the dream. We just, oh, I get there. When I turn 25, I'm gonna find my husband. When I turn 30, I'm gonna have kids. Like, we not like just taking it day by day. You gotta go at your own speed, your own time, and that's what I have an issue with too. Like I was saying, like I compare myself to other people. Oh, they're this age and they're doing this, and I'm the same age, and where am I at? And I'm just like, I haven't even had the chance to get to those experiences or just lessened, and that it just might not be my time at that moment. So I feel like females have it more than men, because men, I feel like y'all are a little bit more confident. Like females, they hate on each other, they look down on each other, they talk about who's messing with who, and
nah, these new age niggas, they be having some bitch made tendencies. But piggybacking off of what you were saying, comparing yourself, listen,
I'm working on it though. Like we're working on it. It's just hard.
Taking notes from other people's lives, like you, especially from our recent college graduates and everything like that. You young, you got a life full of, you know, a life ahead of you. Listen, Jay-Z, we're gonna piggyback to this. Jay-Z started rapping when he was about the age of 25, 26. 25 years later, about 25 years later, he's a billionaire. You 22, you 23. That don't mean just because you this old and you see a rapper that's getting money or someone that's getting money don't mean that it's your time is too late. There's plenty of success stories that started later. That don't mean that just because you're not in your purpose right now don't mean you're not gonna be in your purpose later. Just keep on working towards it and keep on finding yourself, because you don't really know your purpose until you know your purpose. And God put us all on this earth for a purpose, so you just gotta figure out yours and do it to the best of your ability.
As Black people, we were raised in the struggle. But I think that's why once we like get a little bit of money, we don't know how to act, because we've never had that. Versus you look at someone like the white society and you see them like their parents are building them up for success. You know, they got, you know, trust funds and all of this stuff, and they weren't raised in the struggle, so that's why they don't act different when they get money. I mean, you do got some like kids that like, oh my dad, he's this and that, but like most white people, money doesn't faze them. And when Black people get a lick of money, what do? We spend it on some jewelry, a watch, a freaking car. You know, we don't invest in something that's gonna make us money. Like we were saying, real estate, we don't invest in ourselves. But once you get it, like, does that stuff really even matter?
Temporary fix.
Like,
temporary fix. Yeah.
That stuff, you buy a car, you lose value as soon as you drive that off the lot.
Yeah, I think people in general, and when I say people, really, most of the times I'm talking about Black people. Anytime I'm saying people and I'm addressing something, it's really for my people. So when they get money, they start to spend.
Or they
spend. Yeah. But spending isn't the same as investing. If you go spend, you know, $25,000, $30,000 on something, you could have took that $25,000, $30,000 to invest in something as well. Stock, real estate. Owners should still be able to enjoy yourself, but you gotta make sure that that money's still gonna be coming in.
And make sure your family is good too.
And make sure your hood is good too.
Make sure your community is good.
Exactly. Stop getting money and then never coming back. You don't have to be there physically. You don't have to do that. You just need to make sure that you being a positive change for your community. I mean, being there physically is great, but make sure that you are just changing the stigma in your hood. If you get rich and your hood is still poor, then what good is it?
I mean, especially the hood that made you where you are now.
Exactly.
So, I mean, some people don't really want to be role models. There's a little kid in your community that's looking up to you to do something.
And you don't even know it.
You don't even know
Some of your friends are looking up to you, you don't even know it. They the same age as you or older than you, and they think they know.
Shoot, your parents might be looking up to you, wanting to do what you're doing, because they didn't get to do it, so they might be living through you. You know, you don't want to be another statistic. And if you do become a statistic, make sure you a billionaire or something, you know, a good type of statistic. You don't want to be like somebody else in your neighborhood who just did what the system wanted them to do. I know this is so random, but like I was talking to one of my friends, and where did I take her to? I think it was Wendy's. And she was like, he's kind of cute. And I was like, yeah, he's cute. She was like, but he's, you know, I don't know why he's working here. He obviously could be doing something else. I'm like, just because he works at Wendy's, and that don't take away from him being attractive. But if anything, that's more attractive, that he wants to work and he's doing whatever. He might have 2 or 3 jobs. This might just be a little weekend job. We often look at somebody's a period in their timeline is, oh, they're not doing this just because they're not doing what you want them to do, or they don't look the part. Wendy's don't mean that they ain't working towards their goals. So if you work at Wendy's, if you work,
shout out to Taco Bell.
Shout out to Taco Bell, cause look, don't be ashamed of where you work.
Yeah, that's a fact, because listen, like, I was getting to the money when I was at Taco Bell. Listen, all these college students was talking about they was broke. My rent never went unpaid. I bought my brand new car. I bought my car cash.
You worked at Taco Bell?
Yeah, I worked at Taco Bell 2 years, and I was on, trust me, and I made it work, and I was able to save up money. So wherever you work at, wherever you hustle at,
don't be ashamed. Like, keep going to work. Like, I was working at a kid's store, Justice, freaking Old Navy, making like $8 an hour, $7.75.
Still grinding.
My first job, working at a dog grooming place. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was working, and I didn't have to ask anybody for nothing. I hate asking my mom for money and my parents for. I hate that, because that's taken away from them.
And you know what's gonna be great though? You putting in all the work, and then your kid down the line can come and ask you for money and then not hurt their pockets because you set yourself up. So now your kid may not even have to work. We had to work to put ourselves through school, and we had to work to pay our rent. It's gonna be great when you don't put in all the work, and now your kid, they may be a little spoiled brat, but they can focus on their education. That's all they gotta do. They can come ask you for anything. Guess what? It's not gonna hurt your pockets because you set yourself up for that in the future. And that's gonna be a lovely feeling.
But see, I still wanna like show my kids like how to get, you know, even though I have it, I don't want them to just know. I mean, they gonna know I have it, but I want them to know what it takes.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying it's just gonna be such an easier process, I think, just to put your kid through school, and they don't have to worry about, I don't have to work right now. Like, let me focus on my education, get as much knowledge as possible, and I go out and get a job when I'm ready to get a job, or after I graduate. If
you ain't no doctor, lawyer, or teacher, and you graduate college, it's hard finding a job.
On the grind.
Still, to this day, I graduated in December, and I'm not doing anything with my major. I would like to, but I'm more of a creator. I like doing this. I
would say the last tip is just, I would just sum it up as saying knowledge. You need to, if you don't understand the past, then you really don't understand the present. So if you don't understand the struggles that black people have been through and what this country has done, then you're not gonna understand some of the things that are going on presently and how they need to be fixed.
Because we're not really taught, like. And
yeah, it's learn more about the Salem witch trials than black history in school.
Facts.
Like, I know a lot of y'all remember Salem witch trials and all that other bullshit, but can't name 3 black inventors. And
witchcraft and all of this crap. And what was the bubonic plague?
Yeah, something that doesn't really, what's the importance of it? Because a lot of times what we do is we figure out the problem, and then we harp on the problem, but we need to actually come up with solutions. So it's only a problem till a solution is made and implemented.
Right.
So make sure once we figure out this history, do your part, use your gift to fix the problem in our community.
Yeah.
It's the smallest things that we do
that make the most difference.
Exactly, yeah.
So when you know about where you came from, when you know about your history, when you know about yourself, then we can be more successful because we have that research, we have that history, we know, we have a foundation, and we have we asked our group message to
shout out to Bray. She said, talk about black people are lazy, question mark. What's the name?
Brianna, if you're watching this, we gonna have to get you in the next podcast, because my sis, she be speaking and she know, like, she's quick with it.
I need to get my nigga Malcolm on here.
I mean,
the thing is, if you're a black man, maybe you're a black woman.
I do believe if you love who you love, but just don't knock down the people of your color. Like, if you love who you love
I'll say that until a black man marry a white woman, then he'll come.
I mean,
keep that same energy. I keep it.
I want to give love to a black man because they don't really get that much love in the world. So that's just why and plus, like, we lit. Black people are lit. But I do say, if you
your
love,
white king can't wear no gold do-rag like this. What? Please. It ain't even wavy.
You ain't gonna take the do-rag off, show them your waves?
They ain't ready for all that.
Okay, I guess they're processing right now.
Yeah, no, they done. They finished cooking.
They done, baby?
They can't see them right now. They need to make sure they can swim first.
Okay.
Life jackets. My boy Jay Morrison says it's best. We learn our ABCs in school, and we need to learn our RBCs: real estate, business, and credit. We need to get all those three up.
Ooh, okay. And you know, look at Jay-Z. Like you said, he ain't start till
He ain't start till he's 26. He's 49 right now as a billionaire. So in a little over a 25-year period and less than 25-year period, my boy
there's no set age where you have to do something.
Exactly. My boy the Billy Goat.
I mean, and he came from the struggle too.
The hood.
And you know, he been through a lot. I mean, I don't know much about him like you know about him, but I do know like he turned his situation all the way around.
That's the definition of a business.
That's the definition of success.
Businessman.
Family man. Well, he had a little situation, but whatever.
It is what it is until you change it. But that's, if you don't know the history, then you don't know the ramifications of why we living like this today. Why black people living in one part of the neighborhood? It's history. They capped us and they made us, they redlined, they drew a circle, they drew maps, and they said, niggas, y'all can live here. Rich people, they can live here. Those neighborhood values are in the millions and half millions, and these neighborhood values are in the dump. And then they come back 50 years later, reinvest into the poor neighborhood because they made it to where those neighborhoods weren't anything, and now it's cheaper to invest in. They're gonna reinvest in that community, revitalize that community, and that's just another word for gentrification. So make sure you know your history.
Yeah, when you know your history, you can change it.
All right, it's time to go because we gotta get to work. So,
well, thank you guys for watching another Talk About It Thursdays. Every Thursday we'll be coming with weekly podcasts. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you comment video topics and ideas for next week's podcast, and make sure you follow me on Instagram. And appreciate you guys watching. If you made it to the end of this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. I've already said that, but thanks guys. Have a great Thursday, and thanks for tuning in.